Penimu wa Jimmy but oh Jimmy. Kajira no da jai Jimmy. Da jai Jimmy. Da jai Jimmy. Yeah, Shananani Makaza. Oh therefore jai Jimmy. Oh therefore jai Jimmy. Namba yamaye beku, or therefore tupa beku, or therefore jama beku. Tell them. Omoye galam say na kachira na jai Jimmy. Nana jai Jimmy no. Tell people truth.
Onya asembi riba. Oh. Onya ba ujina bia wo he. Hey. Nseme banyense mkotoa. Kabote tobo na asem kese yesi. 2 troubles, 1 God. Onya asema ebesi no efa dumso ho no. Nyesem kotoa kra. Onya ensem nyesem kotoa kra. Onya yebeka ya about 12 years ago, a man pani Dramani Mahama mede osisi no na dumso ekoso o my Ghana mu bebre e ma dumso ma de be one of ye man pani dada and as a man pani was somebody John Dramani Mahama be any signature that was say I want that dumso de baye na mede de Akufo Dickson 2016 as bibisa no Akufo Addo kra de betu just say I am po Mahama osovo e de dumso no na ensem bay ye man pani Dramani Mahama we and so mean so how and so mean so na sa video me de mechem mienu me de work first chapter me make deep part cheche nsem bebre fa dum so ne sa no man ho second chapter no so no me de fa be foforo onua ye be sha ase onua ye nkyeremu ye nkyeremu a about 12 years ago 2013 2014 ani eba no ase bibisa eba sa de mu nyina na ba nyina na a man panyi dada and I say man panyi osisi Dramani Mahama on the president dumso be ya de kese o man Ghana mu pa ne kura ka homa NDC dey elusu ye na mra MP ba so no man panyi dada president Akufo Addo ono kura be ka say dumso de Mahama or reservoir and as or solve dumso na ansa na we dey o free so eni nyina nkoda nchen na onu mi say ya to ba wi foforo ya to ba wi so a transition team no bibia immigration ase no omonika ye transition bibia wie ye immigration ase no na mpanifo ni bi tse John Jinapo on nsembi aba afa dumso no ho ye nika guti asema John Jinapo odika kae afa dumso no ho no asema e ba no nyasempa ye nkuti mra.
Well done, I have bad news for you. Just today, the confirmation we are getting is that we have only 5 hours of fuel stock. If you look at heavy fuel oil and distillate fuel, we don't have up to 2 days. And so in 2 days' time, we are likely to run out of fuel. This administration has not ordered any fuel as we speak. And it takes on average 4 weeks for the fuel to arrive and 4 weeks for the fuel to be treated. And so we are in a very serious situation. At the transition, we brought this up. The outgoing administration assured us that they had procured some parcels of fuel. Today, right after President Mahama assumed office, and I served on the transition, my checks indicate that we do not have fuel that can cater for even 2 days. So clearly we have a major problem. And this is an incoming administration. Even if you order the fuel, like I'm telling you, it will take about 8 weeks. So we are in for real trouble.
During the transition team, no muko share Akufo Addo na ban no. Omuka say fuel like a good plant ni generating power ma o my Ghana no. Fuel na kakra bi a say dey. Omba make sure say omba procure na so mo for ba o my Ghana mu. Na omu wie ya inauguration wie ya omu pa chire ko check hwe no say sa Akufo Addo aban no omo di Mahama aban no abro papa because say fuel na wo pa ni musisi machine musisi generator musisi no. Ebet ma use for almost about 5 hours per. na say fuel no so no before so obenye bi Ghana ye nya bi o this clear free outside na dey ba o clear free outside na dey ba it take 4 weeks which is 1 month na say free 4 weeks so bedru o man Ghana ma e be treat no ansa na dey go machine plant ni ma na dey apa wa ma o man Ghana no so no e dey take 4 weeks ansa na etime treat fuel na wi ansa na etime dey go plant ni na say o hwe ansa na dey �ɛkɔyi dey na say o man Ghana mu no ya hwe ye benya DUMSOR for about 2 months na we no watch me say and this MPP buy no omadi Mahama buy na bro papa because say on person my Ghana who say Mahama na ba so a ode de DUMSOR buy e na gina po akiri mkira my Ghana nti we no say nyame amama ana we de nyame we de nyame o si ya nhwe ni year DUMSOR for 2 months e be so my Ghana.
It was in the process of reviewing the handing over notes that we detected the fuel stock and the challenge ahead of it. So we quickly asked for an emergency meeting. And that emergency meeting was called about a week or 2 weeks before handing over. And it became apparent that despite the Akufo Addo government's assurance to 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 that they were going to procure adequate fuel, they did not have adequate fuel. And then the minister assured us that right after the meeting, we were going to take steps to procure the fuel. But when we're about taking over, and I asked for the briefing, and it turned out that, look, despite all the assurances, they had failed to procure that parcel of fuel.
Now, former Energy Minister 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 also the statement about Bontian, wakan sembe say, the new government, you know, making sure so keep it light and on because keep it light and on. Ne bibia ede na kwemu pepepe. Now, eno na busa social media different letter be so about Bontian from GRIDCo. Na eno na wo ready GRIDCo statement or modi apa bonte na ebi chiremu a we clear sabotage because na akoye say aban no onimnia oye adentina manfo say we clear sabotage. GRIDCo statement we no modi apa bonte na buso mekanya o say power supply outlook for the West African gas pipeline offshore pagan from January 20th to February 16, 2025 and projecting for 2025. Now, and some of them go deep, but also 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 has sent notification of their plan to conduct mandatory maintenance on the offshore West African gas pipeline to carry out a pagan exercise, conduct inspection and replacement of subsea valves, scheduled from January 20th to February 16, 2025. To say na make kind almost say by mandatory maintenance be West African gas pipeline no no be started from 20th January ekosi 16th February 2025 afiwoye mu started from this month. Now eno na wo kwase wo kakra almost say this maintenance was originally scheduled for October 2024 but had to be rescheduled at the request of the Ministry of Energy. Almost say no maintenance way now omo West African gas pipeline no omo de be so January to February now. E was say na maintenance way no omo no last year October 2024. Now so energy minister na our which is the ministry no ekachire omo GRIDCo for na say maintenance no omo ntwuko anim no omo we next year. No na mafu chem say ebe ni say na even GRIDCo crampo no omo je ade way too because say we mandatory maintenance nkwa de and then was say na kasa maintenance no moye te say na mankasa mo kan say October no intafi de eba na say na senye sabotage ho sensam pa de a moye na carry forward chese wo social media ebusia story way sania air trend wo ho no DUMSOR application a chese no de air trend ba me no say John Dramani Mahama kra no wa have emergency meeting wate 12 member committee kra na say omo hwe say this DUMSOR lumi na air trinity na ebusia omo besi anokwan.
Government has been briefed in order to address the situation because we know that it is pretty urgent. A technical committee has been set up that has representatives from all the key players in the management of Ghana's energy sector, and they have up until the close of day today to put before government a roadmap on what exactly needs to be done and how it can be done. So you can rest assured that government is taking the matter seriously and will do what has to be done in order to avert any difficulty for the people of Ghana. It needs to be stressed that the pagan exercise, or if you like the maintenance exercise on the pipeline, should have been carried out in October of last year. Government then, the MPP government, requested that they shift it to January 20th in order that they will have sufficient time to procure the alternative fuels, that is the liquid oils, to power the thermal plants within the period that gas will not be available. At least in about 2 national security briefings that the then president-elect held with the present government, he asked about the status of the procurement of oils, and he was given firm assurance by the then government that they had put mechanisms in place to resolve the situation, that there will not be the difficulty that we are talking about today. It does appear that that promise was not kept, and therefore the responsibility has shifted to the present government. But President Mahama is alive to the task, and adequate responses will be fashioned to address this particular concern. Thank you very much.
Do we get the feeling that the 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 would be sticking to the timeline of the January 20th, or the deferral is what you may be exploring?
Well, various options are on the table, and as I indicated, there's a committee, a technical committee, with representation from all the key players in the energy value chain that will be meeting, and they have close of day today to present a roadmap. So all options that can be explored to, first of all, avert any difficulty and address the situation at hand will be put on the table, and government will make a decision based on what we receive.
Will DUMSOR be returning?
Well, I think that we need to wait for the work of the committee to know exactly what can be done. The idea is to ensure that we minimize any impact, as it were, of this particular situation. Absolutely. I mean, we've been in government for 1 day. I'm not sure that you can order and have food delivered to you in 1 day. So, as I indicated, this should have been done at least in October. Government then said that they needed up to January 20th to put their house in order and do the procurement of fuel. During the security briefings that President Mahama had, he asked specific questions regarding the status of implementation of that plan. He was given firm assurance that everything was in order, only for us to discover, as of yesterday, that had not been done. And that is why, as a responsible government, we've taken up the mantle to ensure that we do the right things. So it has to be stated clearly that it was some dereliction of duty on the part of the outgoing government that has resulted in this situation. But we will take the steps that are necessary to address it.
We need some eboba. Now, you flew near the second part. Kwadwo Dickson, Kwadwo Dickson, you mama Angel FM. First, no, you mama Peace FM. Kwadwo Dickson. Now, Bakaya, you better when you Captain Smart in Sembe by Efa, Kwadwo Smart, Kwadwo Dickson. Then Sembe and Captain Smart Kwadwo Dickson. About Kotian Sembe, we are Kwadwo Dickson, was a Kotian, some answer reply or them Captain Smart. You tell some Captain Smart can answer.
Listen, we your friend Kwadwo Addo. Now all copies, you know. Near so what the Addo. What the better piece so? In the for Dickson, we sign on some more.
Because my sister hold on to do. Because
I are two doing for
Kwame Amo.
Aqua concerning 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 and that way be made or class for Yamin Shiauka. Saquano. Winning. And I do 12:13 a.m. Now Kwadwo Dickson Jamigate another letter 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 a bronze in our science say suspended me 12 midnight. Become a chiami hunda. Once Kwadwo Dickson, me na me ma kwakuti ma Prado. That time me am the be am car na kwadwuma. Na me catch kwakuti say toka mano. Na kwa no waya mobo 50 piece or piece of no waya mobo oba ha waya mobo. Obota ya ase wafe.
Oh.
80 famano. Any amount Prado near Sansa Sama, men and my society. Kwadwo Dickson and a girlfriend are near the year, Juma. On an air receptionist.
But the best market.
Angel. Me buy the girl near 700 Ghana cedis. On one general manager, and the girlfriend. Angel. As the new one you want girl. Juma receptionist. Girl near Coco, your friend Grace. And I'm a catcher and say, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? General manager or girlfriend. The boss market to 700. I am director of operations. Mama ya to aketuem. Me asa to girlfriend that ketuem. Me na me ma ya di Grace aketua call 1,500 Ghana cedis from 700.
More than 100%.
Kwadwo Dickson no pesa poma mpini.
Sapoyo.
Ah yes.
Sapoyo mi na bema. Mi na bema.
O ma ye yi sapomedi.
Mi na bema.
Yes. Oh. Eti mi di me birthday last year sapoma sunu na nkrofo ntia.
Oh
no. Because of Grace. That's my address and to you. ne yiri be kun wa adwuma mu ne yiri dwala ibruta etoda general manager obebo ne purum no na wa lock no awia kete 1 p.m. na general manager receptionist e ko running office they are to the office who be say so receptionist is o cleaning the washroom me come no mi no amane hu ni machi am hu da ni wiase am ba ye e ma ehu me gina hey say ma woro me ho me nakedness we be 14 me life na Kwadwo Dickson 2 p.m. who born in office. Oh, second receptionist is Sheho, Grace is Sheho.
Is it reception or general manager who is born?
They are two put Until the office cry I too.
So security is all okay no.
Heh, Timmy home consasa. Me friend Kwaku tell them catch Kwaku, we do man EJ. When original plastic table. Oh, because the new patriotic party, me party, me former party. Essay. Sekwakuti enyi media 1 neba onye deputy minister.
Neba that is Francisca Otin, yeah.
Umia really nsema Captain Smart o ka fa Kwadwo Dickson ho. Na Captain Smart nsema nke kan di ana odi ho. As katima ka pebi wo na se gumbe sembi no hihye fa ho. Ai eno na Kwadwo Smart Kwadwo Dickson so tie no was it here. Captain me man street in Chiroba metro shade. Yenti asema Kwadwo Dickson so kai.
It is say adwuma ye obetra akra tax sender about so.
Oh,
you get it.
You know there bia obewura bia obenya.
Ayibu ho no mo a owura ope e wo say wo cycle wadwene say wo betom sa. If you are afraid, don't start it. Don't.
David.
So last number me say sa adwuma na wo be some you na there ya ne say unya anyansafo kra mo ataku ankanya ya sabe obi a wagimi baabi a o me sabe be nyansa baabi bi ba o ma baabi o ne na bayo amna ya wo ya entime de meme ye ne say obi a so obi o atake me amehwe nipa no le o free ba we yagimi fo I don't respond and I hamen so we nyansafo a ete sam ya na maso nyansa ni na atake me na ya o se me ko yaro no hu sese na tie but be hwe di pa no attack na ma hwe ba bi ofire na me hwe na adwene ne se bi o be ya ha me su come on ni etsese me send 1 minute to even respond this why ya ne sa
so wa nya sa akoma no bi dia untimi nya leader
na so untimi bia wo wiase